Welcome, lovers of life, and welcome to the Experience Show. And today, I am your hostess with the mostess, and I have my beautiful daughter with me, Leah-Brooklyn.
Yes.
Wren. Hello, my darling.
Thank you for having me on your podcast.
And having given birth to you. This
Yes.
is your birthday podcast.
It is my birthday podcast. Happy birthday to me. Happy Gemini season. Happy birthday to you because you birthed me. So really it's you deserve the credit. You did the hard work.
I did do the hard work.
Yes.
Lots of hard work.
You cooked me in the belly.
I did.
You pushed me out. You raised me. It's been a bumpy ride.
Oh.
However, a blessed one. I wouldn't have anyone else be my mum in this life.
And I feel so blessed to have you and Madison as my beautiful daughters. Very
Shout out
blessed.
Madison. She's the best.
Shout out my girl.
And yeah, so you're here on the
Finally,
podcast. Finally,
dragged me out.
Well, it is about time that you got here. I did say that it's going to be the most special guest for my birthday episode, and it couldn't have worked out better because the other guests I asked couldn't do June, and I was like, who am I going to have on?
To be.
And we were just sat, and you said, I'll come on, I'll host it. So, right, you're hosting it.
I'm not hosting it.
You're hosting it, and now you've like
no, but I did
back
say
seat.
to you, I will present it.
Oh, so you just did the introduction,
Yeah.
and that's it. Okay, fair dues.
I'm kidding on. I'm not hosting it. You're hosting it.
Okay, so let's go back to what I said. Then you birthed me, and you've brought me up. I'm about to turn 31. We've had 31 years of life together. Let's talk. Let's touch on those 31 years because we have some beautiful memories, some things that I'll hold my whole life, and some traumatic memories that I'll also hold my whole life in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
And we've definitely not had a perfect life, contrary to outside belief.
Contrary to popular belief.
Yeah, I feel like there is this perspective, this belief of people that don't really know us but think they know us and think, you know, you have a name in Glasgow and Scotland. Well, in your industry basically that has came with a perception of how people perceive you, and I know that perception stresses you out a lot and makes you feel very anxious and upset and frustrated. So tell me a bit about that. Let's start there.
What about me being a permanent makeup artist, beauty therapist, and known in the industry? It's hard because you it's almost like you have to like live up to this expectation of not just one person, everybody that you treat, everybody that knows you. You know, it's almost like you put on this pedestal and you have to like, you know, stay there and be at this level or move up. You know what I mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a lot of pressure, not only to be a mother to two girls and bring them up alone, single-handedly and financially. I've been looking after you, but also like, you know, trying to switch roles, be the good mother and be the professional lady, you know, the Moya Wren, permanent makeup artist. It's and be me as well, and be true to myself
and find yourself through all of that, because a lot of your life, like you were lost, you made some quote unquote bad decisions. I don't think there really is such thing as bad decisions.
No,
like your path is your path, but you, like in hindsight, after you've, you know, been on a journey of finding yourself, like a lot of your life in the past was like, you know, kind of like, I wish I'd not done that with men mostly. Yeah, you were looking for love outside of yourself for a long time, I feel, especially because you were raising me in Madison. So you must have felt like alone and you needed help and you just wanted a partner and you just wanted someone to be by your side. Because even though me and Madison have always been and will always be by your side, we're still your daughters no matter how old we are. Yeah. So you still feel like this responsibility. Like I know.
No matter how old you are, Leah, no matter how old you and Madison, like it's you never stop. In fact, in my opinion, as you get older, I feel kind of more responsible.
In what way?
Because you're an adult. I don't know. It just feels like like you and Madison, when you were children, I could, like you go here, you go there, but I don't know where you are. I don't know what you're doing every day. So it's almost like it's a little bit more stressful. Maybe responsible was the wrong word, but I feel like because you're not around me all the time, it's almost like 1 minute you're with me and then the next minute as a mum you get older, it's like you're not,
right.
Your kids aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
And it's not a responsibility as such, but it's a worry.
Yeah.
More of a worry.
Because like now these human beings that you've brought up are now out in the world on their own, doing their own thing.
And that's where you're
their own
like,
lives.
did I do that much of a good job? And when I look back, I'm like, my God, how did I do a good job going everything that I've gone through? But I've done an amazing job because the two of you, I couldn't, like, wow, you're just the best.
Thank you.
You're
And
just
we
the
wouldn't,
best.
me and Madison both say, like, we would not be the women that we are without you. Like, you shaped us massively, and even the bad decisions you made shaped us, which I would like to touch on a bit. So you've made some sort of you got with some men who had a lot of red flags, but you ignored the red flags.
Looking back, I've ignored red flags my whole life. Like I would look at a guy and go, oh, he ticks like 2 or 3 boxes out of 10.
And what are the boxes that you would look for?
Back in the day, the way they dressed, their attitude, the swagger, the way they looked, you know.
A wee bit of a cheeky
A
bad
wee bit
boy.
Of a cheeky bad boy. We better something going on. And then I would be like, right, it's fine. You tick them boxes. The rest will sort out.
I can fix you.
I can fix
heal you.
I can heal you. Like, you found the one. You don't need to look anymore. Here I am.
Right.
And then it would just go completely Pete Tong.
I knew you were going to say Pete Tong. Yes. So we went through some difficult scenarios.
It's like we've never really sat and spoke about this.
No,
Ever,
because we moved on.
We've moved on.
Yeah,
a
we
lot
had to
in our lives, and I've had to, like, everything that's happened to me, Leah, as you know, it's almost like I've had to block everything out. Because if I didn't block those things out, and if I cried under a quilt for weeks and months on end, or let myself completely go, like, where would we be today? Like, I had a business to run, people relying on me, you know, women wanting the treatments, you needing the mother. Like, I had to just keep going. But I never really healed myself. I would go from one man to the next, to the next, to the next. And I would never look at me. So because I didn't have love for myself, like I felt incomplete. I felt like I needed a man in my life. I felt totally incomplete if I didn't. And I think the most I went without a man was like 2 weeks or something. I would never, you know, it'd be going from one man to the next.
And now it's been how many years since you've had like an actual boyfriend?
10 years. However, I had a brief situationship.
Yes.
With someone who we won't mention, obviously.
Who interestingly was similar to, like, I feel like he was like what you'd go for on steroids as such. Like, I don't know if he was actually on steroids, but it was like an extreme version of like, that's the kind of guy mum would go for, which is like
Crazy.
All of the kind of red flag things you would go for, not the actual wholesome and grounded things that you actually need in a partner. But I feel like maybe he was the last lesson of being like, stop going for these types of guys.
I went, like, in 2016, I split up with Jay, who I'd been with for a couple of years, who was half my age.
Who was a lot younger than you. Yes.
Half my age.
Yes.
And I didn't date anybody, didn't see anybody until, 2020? And then I kind of met this guy, and I thought that was it. I thought that was me. But it was another lesson.
Yes.
But I thought, it was
definitely.
It was one of the biggest lessons in my life that I really, really needed. And I think looking back from 2016 to 2020, I did do a lot of healing. I had my spiritual awakening then and everything. But from 2020 to now, I'm a completely different person. And I'm proud of everything that I've done. I'm proud of the healing. I'm proud of all the inner work that I've done. I'm like, it had to be done. And like, where was that going to end? It's just so sad because there's so many women out there that feel like I felt, like you need a man to complete you. And if you haven't healed within and you think you need a man to complete you, you're always going to attract the wrong.
Yes. You're going to attract what you need to heal.
Yes.
Because all of us are reflections of each other. And especially like the partners we attract, like if we're attracting toxic people, it's because that we've got stuff that they're reflecting that needs to come up to face. But a lot of the time, like you don't realize it.
Yeah.
You know, you can only really attract like a healthy relationship once you've done the inner work, because relationships require a lot. They require a lot of like patience, understanding, compassion. They require both people being aware and complete within themselves and doing their own work.
Being whole people before they come
and not
together.
needing the other person, just wanting
to
them.
validate them.
Yeah, wanting someone is way more powerful than needing them, because needing them is like saying like, I'm not complete without you.
Yep.
And everyone's temporary. Anyone can make a decision to just like, you could be with someone for 10 years, 20 years, and they could break up with you tomorrow just because they've changed their mind or whatever. Like, we are born alone, die alone, and we can't rely on anyone to complete us. Like, it's our journey to have, and it is important to see these men or women that we're attracting relationship wise as reflection and seeing, especially in hindsight, like, what did I learn from them? What can I take with me? What can I carry with me for relationships in the future and other aspects of my life? What would you say the men who abused you in the past, what good things have you taken from those experiences? What lessons have you embodied that have actually helped you in life?
Hurt people. So I forgive anybody that's ever hurt me, because I've got compassion for others now, and forgiveness is key. Forgiveness and compassion is key, else you hold it with you forever and you blame yourself. And these men that I entered into a relationship with and allowed them to abuse me and bully me and treat me the way they did, because they didn't love themselves either. So really and truly, the two of us were in the same positions, both hurting, both insecure, both needing validation. And then when two people like that come together, then that, you know, that's what happened. I'm not saying like anybody that doesn't love themselves is going to start, you know, abusing the partners or anything. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that is, you know, that is one of the triggers. Because if something would happen, say for instance, where you going, why are you going here, and there'd be an argument, and you know, you wouldn't have to ask somebody why they're going or where they're going if you
you fully trusted them and you were okay within yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that would be because I was insecure and they were insecure, and it was like, if I was going out, where you going, what you wearing, who you speaking to, you're not going out like that, and it would be constant. So because, you know, myself and whoever I was with at the time, we were both looking for validation, both looking for the love that we so wanted. You know, these guys, I wouldn't have been with them if they weren't beautiful people within.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
And you know, everybody has choices in life, and some people make the wrong choices and hurt others and then regret it. So
yeah.
You know, we have to both take accountability. Maybe I was abused and I was hit and you know, not so nice things done to me, but you take accountability for the fact that you are, you're trying to heal somebody that doesn't want to heal. They have to be ready. So you're forcing an issue, you're forcing a relationship, you're forcing something that you want to happen, and then you're triggering that person, and then, you know, it's just a hard one, because you forgive them as well, because you love a part of them that you see that they can grow into that person, and you go, you just would be so amazing if you fix this and you see that within them, and you focus on that, and then, you know, it manifests into something bad.
Yeah. I feel like that's a quality, like, probably all three of us have. I definitely have it. You definitely have it, of like just seeing the good in people and focusing on the good, which I think is a beautiful thing. Like I wouldn't change that about myself, but now I have more awareness through life experience that even though like pretty much most people do have good in them, but it's like you can still love someone and have compassion for them and see the good, but also know that they might not even see that in themselves, and they might have other issues. Like the men that I know you were with that were abusive, I do know, like I seen the beautiful side of them. Like there was times and days and moments where, you know, you seen the real them, but you know, the two main ones, they both had addictions. They both had really bad drug and alcohol addictions.
Yep.
And that totally consumed them, and that turned them into monsters.
Yep.
That brought demons out of them.
Yep.
It was mostly when they're sober that they were just genuinely like sound, cool, funny, nice people with good hearts, but something obviously hurt them in their life that they then turned
100%.
to substances. One of them's not even with us anymore. No. God bless you, sending you love to your soul. Like, was a good person, but got totally taken hold of by drugs and alcohol, and that tends to be the people that you attracted. And your dad also passed away from an alcohol addiction. Do you think it was maybe like that was maybe why you attracted that sort of people, because
Definitely.
you lost your dad so soon?
Definitely. It was almost like I was trying to replace a father figure and get a husband at the same time. And because I couldn't heal my dad, even though I wanted to, and we tried and we put him in rehab and everything like that, you know, in the past, he was a functioning alcoholic. And my dad was my whole world. And I think when I met a man, and if he had an addiction, I would be like, oh, it's not that. We'll sort it.
We'll sort it together.
Yeah.
Because maybe you wish that you could have sorted it for your dad, and you wish that you could have healed him. So you kind of attracted other people that maybe you would have felt better about your dad if you'd have been able to heal these people. But really, like you said, we can't heal anyone.
No.
We can only hold space.
Hold safe space for somebody. Yeah.
Hold space, inspire, encourage,
100%.
motivate. But we can't do the work like for them. Like they have to be doing the work, and
they weren't prepared to do the work because they were happy in the space they were in. They didn't want to face the childhood trauma or whatever's going on, or face the issue. They didn't want to face that.
It's a lot for people. Just in general society, people don't want to face their issues, so they push it down. Yeah. They forget about it. They try and ignore it, and it's all right, I'll just go out on the blooming lash and I'll go and get drunk. Yeah. Or I'll take a few pills, or I'll exactly. Like even you weren't doing the work at this point. No. You only started really doing the work in your single era, and that was probably why you had to stay single, because you had to work on yourself. You couldn't have.
I couldn't be. I'm still not ready for anybody. I'm genuinely. In fact, to be quite honest, like I think I could be a nun. Yeah,
we had this conversation in the car the other day that.
Excuse me. Genuinely could be a nun.
You said like. I think I'm asexual. Like I'm just not interested at all. Like you haven't had sex in
how long? Like
5 years. 5 years. You couldn't even.
I haven't seen a man's body in 5 years.
You don't even want to.
No, I don't.
Although I did say if Thomas Shelby came to your door, you'd.
That is the only person
who's not a real person.
He doesn't exist. He's an actor.
Yeah. Because you're not into the actor. You're just into the character.
Yes, exactly.
Which, let's be real, Moya, that is a red flag
That's
of a character.
Huge red flag. Like what?
That's the kind of guys.
And here's me sat here saying I've healed myself, but I would, take Thomas Shelby in a heartbeat.
Yeah. But well, that's who you're sexually attracted to. So yes. I think even though you're not interested in someone just now, I think someone has to have kind of the outward and maybe has done things in the past, but it's totally changed and done the inner work. Definitely has to love animals.
Oh yeah.
Have a bit of land.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Be able to be on your vibe.
Yeah.
but still have something you're like. I think there must be someone out there for you. I hope.
Oh,
But at the same time, I know like you're just happy being
honestly,
you.
like, yes, of course, like how beautiful it would be to meet a beautiful, loving partner that reflects everything that you are, the kindness, compassion, and understanding, and enjoying life together. Like, oh my goodness, like I would love that. I'd so love that, but I'm not actively like going out
You're
there
definitely not seeking.
Nah,
You're like the opposite.
What you
I set you up a Bumble.
Oh man, I
and
can't
how many
deal.
people were waiting for you to message them?
Deal.
Like 3,000?
No, like thousands. I'm like, no, I can't.
I did try. I tried.
No. I need to meet somebody organically.
Yeah, I think
I'm not
so.
all
It needs
about
to just
an app and messaging. I'm not interested. Like there has to be something, you know.
because you feel like you're not seeking anyone as well. Like it does have to happen naturally, and you meet someone, and it is, like you said, an organic connection. Like, because that's not something like, it's something that you would like, but it's not something you feel you need, and you're seeking.
I'm not desperate. I'm not desperately like seeking a man. Like I used to be out every weekend.
And you hated it.
I hated going out.
You would get so like, so we'd go on like nights out, and she'd be getting ready, and that was like her worst. Like
horrendous.
Getting ready was my favorite part. Getting ready was the part you hated.
And shout, get out of the room, get out of the room.
Such anxiety. Was that you kind of anticipating the night ahead that gave you anxiety?
Do you know what it? You know what it always used to feel like? It always used to feel like stage. You know, like when you go on stage and you get stage fright.
You have to perform.
Like you go on, you need to perform. Like for me, going out was almost like I had to perform. I have to put on this persona. You know, the nice dress, the heels, the bag, and put it on, like.
Which is what a lot of people do. They put on.
It's exhausting.
And then they put it on social media.
Yeah,
like, no one sees you do stuff anymore, so they think you fell off the face of the earth because you're not getting all dollied up and going to blooming the Corinthian or whatever. Which, like, no shade to anyone who does that. Like, do you? That's just not our scene. Even when we used to go, it wasn't our scene.
Leah, when we used to go out, it was like, remember that night we went out and we couldn't even get drunk? We were drinking cocktails that night. We were on the porn star martinis, and
shots
me and you
of tequila.
were just like staring at each other going, what is going on?
Because we felt like we really wanted to be drunk to be able to cope with the environment. Like we weren't really aware of ourselves then, so we didn't know we had social anxiety. We didn't know you had ADHD. We didn't know all these things. We just knew that we didn't feel like we fitted in with those environments.
We were trying to fit in.
We tried.
We tried our best.
100%.
And we looked the part.
Yes.
We looked the part, but
it wasn't us.
It just didn't feel right. It just wasn't right. And I'm so glad, like, if somebody asked me, oh, like, you know, I'll take you out for a meal tomorrow night, I'd be like, oh, I'd rather take the dogs a walk.
Right.
And have a coffee.
And sit and have a coffee or go to a wee cafe or... Yeah, the simple things.
The total simple things, everything that everybody does, like I say, no offense, you do you, but I'm so over it.
Yeah.
All.
We've always been over it. Like it's just, but like you said, we tried because we thought this is what everyone does. We have to socialise. We can't just be absolute hermits.
No. I know.
Which we kind of are hermits, but we're not at the same time. Like we're selectively social, I'd say. I'm definitely more social than you are, but I'm a lot younger than you. So I totally get why you're just like totally over it and you don't want to talk to anyone.
How old am I this year? 57.
57.
57.
I
should be sat home knitting.
And speaking of being 57, I can see some beautiful wrinkles on your face, which is refreshing to see in this day and age, especially someone who works in your industry. Your industry has a pressure of you need to be snatched and perfect and airbrushed, and you decided to stop having Botox, didn't you? How long have you not had Botox for?
I don't know, 3 years or something. Is it about 3 years?
Yeah, I'd say so. 2021, I think you last might have had it.
Yeah, about 3 years ago.
And what made you make that decision?
So main reasons was I was like, so what happened on lockdown, obviously nobody could get anything done. And so I'd been having Botox and fillers and all that since I was like, 31, 32? Right, when I had the salon in Steps.
And that was before it was like
before
popular.
It was even before anybody even knew really about it. I was having it done. And obviously it all wore off during lockdown.
Yeah.
And I looked like shit.
Yeah. But you were also really depressed.
I was very depressed, but my skin looked horrendous. I looked awful. And I'm like, hold on a minute, this is meant to prevent you from getting older. I've stopped having it and I look ancient, right? So you've got to keep having it done.
You need to keep having it, you need to keep paying the money.
Right, so here's my thing. So I wanted to free myself from the financial burden of having it.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to free myself of the pressure of feeling like you have to have it done like everybody else does, you know, like, oh God, my eyebrows lifting a wee bit. Oh my God, my Botox is overdue. I need to get my appointment. Or, you know, I just felt so under pressure, and I wanted to like release myself from that pressure. And also because during lockdown, we didn't have any money coming in. It was a really difficult time for a lot of people, of course, but also some people, it was fun and games, and
that was fine.
Right? For us as a family, it was very, very hard because I wasn't getting any money coming in, didn't get any help from the government, blah, blah. And I couldn't afford my usual skincare. Either Clarins or Darphan or Elemis or some, you know, nice product. Couldn't afford it. And I wasn't going to go and use, you know, basic stuff at £2 or £3. And I was like, you know, hold on, this is so unfair. So if you don't have much money, then you can't really use really good skincare. Yeah?
You have to go to Home Bargains.
Right, nah. So I was like, no, I want to formulate products that work like spa products and are so natural, and are for everybody, regardless of whether you're 50 with acne or 50 with wrinkles, whatever skin type, because skin is skin, it just needs feeds and nourished. And I wanted to bring, you know, just something nice to the table for women that really can't afford good skincare. So I made an amazing, affordable spa skincare range. And during lockdown, and when we were getting the samples through and I could see the difference it was making.
Oh my God, it's insane. Shout out Moya Soul and Skin Food.
Yeah.
So we basically collabed on it. That's always been your dream.
We did.
Yeah.
Wait while I finish though,
Okay,
right? Because you know what I'm like with my ADHD.
Go.
I like literally forget what I was going to say. So I wanted like to formulate, so I've got this skincare range, and so I wanted to be able to use it without having my Botox and fillers, but I had to really, when we came out of lockdown, I did go back and had it done a couple of times again, because I looked ancient and my skincare is not going to work overnight, takes time. But then I was like, no, I need to free myself from this and literally just focus on using my skincare, because if I'm gonna promote my skincare and my skincare is the best, then I need to be embodying what I'm selling. So, you know, I'm just using my own soul and skin food, feeding and nourishing my skin, no needles near my face, and hey presto, 3 years later, everything moves, everything works, all my muscles
as it's supposed to.
And all my clients, Leah, they go, oh my God, like your skin is glowing, like look at you, you look amazing.
I was just about to say, like
I glow.
I don't think you still look your age. You still look maybe, I'd say early 50s. But who cares? Who cares? Like aging.
Man.
To be fair, aging is a blessing. It's a blessing that we're even getting to older ages. Like some of the people I look up to, Jimi Hendrix, Amy Winehouse, didn't even make it to 28 years old.
I know. Come on.
So
every day
aging is a blessing.
In your life, so whatever age you are, it's just a number. Get over it.
Exactly.
But I feel good. I feel you know, like Pamela Anderson as well.
Yes.
Right? She's actually like started to embrace her natural beauty, and she's just so beautiful as an older woman.
Yeah.
I don't want to try and look like a 30-year-old or a 40-year-old. I just want to be me and just embrace who I am and look the best that I can look.
Yeah.
Because without being pressurized into that whole, you need to look like this, you need to be snatched, you need to be Botoxed out your head, and you know,
there's
you need
such
to look
societal
like on the back
pressures.
of a motorbike like this. It's just scary how it just breaks my heart, because here's my thing as well. True beauty lies within. It's within your heart and your soul and your spirit, with who you are and everything you embody. That's true beauty.
Right.
This is just skin. This is just an outer casing. This is just temporary. And yes, when you're a human being, you want to look the part, you want to enjoy your life, you want to, you know, you live your best life as this human that you are. But being under pressure to look the part is
not you being yourself.
It's not really living.
Yeah.
Is it?
No.
But you're not free.
Because like you're constantly looking in the mirror, like looking for flaws and things to fix instead of...
And this is what society is always doing. Rather than looking for the good, they look for the bad and they look for the flaws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they want you always chasing something
always
outside of yourself.
Something outside of yourself.
Never feeling good enough.
And everything is within. Everything is inside of us, because source, the divine, is within us, not on the outside. And if you are looking on the outside to fulfill yourself, you're never going to be happy.
Yeah, it'll be endless.
It will be constantly endless. You know, the way I see it is you've got breath in your body, or everything works. You've got breath in your body. Ultimately, you have everything, everything.
Yeah.
And so be grateful, and be grateful for the small things in life. That's the key.
The simple,
you know, and so when you are in a place of gratitude and love for yourself and others, some people from a distance, that's when your true beauty comes out. Yeah.
Amen, girl.
Amen.
Yeah. Because you will just be it's an endless thing.
And I know I'm in this industry, but you know, and I did learn how to do fillers and that a few years ago, but I just couldn't do that, because to me it's almost saying there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, exactly.
There's something wrong with you. And yeah, it's nice to have a bit of lip filler and you look cute and everything else, but don't ever think that if you don't have it done that there's anything wrong. You know, there's nothing wrong with you. I couldn't do that. I just want to, what I do, tattooing people's faces, I feel like I'm enhancing the natural beauty. I'm not changing them, just bringing out their features. And with my skincare, you know, just nourishing and feeding and taking care of the skin. I just want to help people embrace the natural beauty rather than have to feel pressurized to have certain treatments done. I mean, it's never ending. It's always going to be like this. You know, it's always going to be the same. There's always going to be something new coming out. What are you laughing at?
You were like, I don't know if I'm going to have a word to say. I can't even get a word in. You've got
I'm
plenty
very
of words
sorry.
to say. I'm like, I've got thoughts going on. I can't even get my words in.
No, but see, when I have something to say and I'm in the zone,
right.
you know
I'm
me,
glad.
I'll
Let
speak
it
my
out.
truth. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to add to that is, because you said, like, I know I'm in this industry. Our point is, right, there's nothing wrong with wanting to feel good. There's nothing wrong with beautifying yourself and upkeeping yourself
Absolutely
and getting
not.
your brows done and your
No,
lashes
absolutely
done.
not.
Like, I like a wee lash lift. I like you tattooing my brows and my lips. I like my hair extensions. I like my tan. Like, there is absolutely nothing wrong with doing the things that make you feel good on the outside, because it does help you feel better on the inside. But what we're saying is the inside is the more important, and the inside comes first. If I hadn't have done all my inner work, no matter what I do in the outside, I never felt good enough. Like, I used to look in the mirror and want to smash the mirror up because I just thought I wasn't pretty.
It used to break my heart. It used to actually break my heart.
Because people made me feel that I was uncool and I was ugly in school. Like, so that stayed with me for a long time.
Because you didn't fit into...
Because I didn't fit in.
You had a different face.
Yeah. And we even said this last night. Like, I didn't have any friends in school, really. Like, any true friends. Someone saw someone in the badders yesterday and they ran away from me.
That's hilarious.
Like, I literally just turned around and I just caught this person's face and they ran and I went, oh my God, she went to school with me. And I actually forgot about it. Like, it's been many years. I left school when I was 15. But like, has looked at me and then ran the other way. And I was the one that got bullied. I've never been like, obviously I've made my mistakes in life, but I was never like a bad or a mean person. I was just always different. And I always used to be like, I want to be a singer.
You still are. You were just a loving, happy-go-lucky child that you just wanted everybody to love you. You wanted to love everybody, and not everybody's like that, unfortunately.
I know.
Because they come from a place of ego and fear. Not used to all the hugging and the
yeah.
love, but
I've always been too much for people, and then I've just realized later in life that those aren't my people.
No.
If I'm too
Because
much,
if you're
then
too much, then yeah, they're not for you.
yeah, because I got plenty of amazing friends in my life that
What do
like
I
love
say?
me.
What's the thing I say about the peach again? Oh yeah. You can be the ripest, juiciest peach.
Yes.
The one that we bite into and it drips all down your chin. Oh, I love a peach. Right? Just descriptive, you know.
Yes.
But, you know, people like supermarket waxy green apples.
Mm-hmm.
My point is, I ain't no waxy green supermarket
Definitely
apple.
not.
I'm a juicy peach.
Yes.
And if you don't like juicy peaches, then tough shit, because I can't be a waxy green apple, and I'm never going to be one. And I don't want to be one.
Literally. I think we've both been like that. We both, like, I don't, you've not really had any true friends, like.
I mean, you know,
you have had people that love you, but.
People that love me, but also.
Conditionally.
It's like you loved me for a reason.
Yeah, they wanted something.
You loved me for a reason or a season. You wanted something off me. Yes. And it suited you at the time to love me and be my friend. And when shit hits the fan, where are you? I could count on my hand the amount of like friends I've got. I don't really associate with anybody, and that's not meaning being like, you know, stuck up in any way.
It's just the kind of trauma of your experiences of how so friends turned out of yourself.
So protective.
So am I now. I cut people off like that because I'm like, no, like sending love, but boundaries are high.
Oh, my boundaries, it's like a blooming, it's like a prison wall all the way around me, my boundaries now, because I have been the one that's always give, and always took the shit and just, you know, oh, it's fine, accepted everything. But no, that's how I've ended up hurting and having to do the work, because I've literally just been pleasing everybody else, singing, you know, to their tune, and no more. I'd rather be on my own with my dogs, with the horses, in nature, than have some, you know, toxic friend that pretends that she's my friend, but she's not really. Yeah.
So you mentioned dogs and horses. They're like your besties.
They are my besties.
You have studied and just tapped into yourself animal communication. And we have some regulars in our garden as well. We have some regular little birds.
I have a sanctuary in my garden, guys. I literally have a whole bird sanctuary and 5 squirrels every day. Like that, I just could sit in my garden all day and watch all my birds. And I've got the wee app on your phone. One of my clients was like, oh, you need this app. It's called Merlin app. And you literally like press record and you can sit and it just listens to all the different birds and tells you what they are. I think that's so cool.
They're so cute.
I just love things like that. That's just animals. You know, animals are... So a horse can't be a bee or a goldfish or a dolphin or a whale. A horse is a horse, you know? Whereas we try and like change to do whatever we want to do and be whatever, you know? My point is animals are happy being what they are. They're true to themselves. That's what I mean. They're true to themselves. They come from a place of unconditional love. Yeah. They have no ego. They just are balls of love and light. Yeah. In fur. And they are our greatest teachers. They heal you. They're the best medicine in the whole world. Being around horses, being around animals, being around my dogs. And in nature, it's just, it is the best medicine. Truly, it really is. And I would rather sit in a field full of horses than go to a nightclub.
Oh my God, 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%.
You know? And horses, especially, like working with the horses lately, they reflect back to us what we still need to learn, what we still need to heal. And just everything that I've done, the animal communication with Amelia Kincaid. Shout out to Amelia. I love you so much.
We love Amelia.
Oh, just legendary, just amazing. Thank you for being you. Just my journey the past few years with animals, I know where my future lies, put it that way.
Yes.
So in my manifestation journal, which I have got 1 million of them,
Yes.
Or maybe not 1 million.
Relatable.
But yeah, I've got a lot. And I do a lot of journaling.
Yeah.
You know, I've got
It's like when you have a new like phase of your life or you need like, I don't know, new manifestations, like new energy, you get a new notebook, but you still hold on to the one that you still have the same stuff in, but it's like 5 pages written, but then you start a whole new one. Like I do the same thing.
It.
Yeah.
So my goal in life is ultimate goal. This would be my definition of success.
Yes.
Is 500 acres of rewilding land, either in Scotland or Ireland, to rescue animals, especially horses, and dogs, but also to bring people onto the land that have mental health issues, that just want to be away from society, want to, you know, come onto the land and help volunteer, plant trees and vegetables and just look after the animals, and we just all live in our own wee community.
Yes.
That's my vision. That's what I want.
That's what the world should be.
Like, I know some people, you go, so what's your definition of success, and what do you want to achieve? I want 10 million pound in my bank. I want a Ferrari and a Lambo.
And all the designer clothes.
I want a big fancy house. Like, I get it. Guys, I really get it. But you can't take it with you, and it doesn't make you happier, because that Ferrari, the newer model, will be out a year later and yours will be.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, like the beauty thing, you're just chasing and it's never going to
end.
Be complete.
No.
Because even like you've got what people would class as a fancy car and you've been paying it for so long, and now there's all stuff that needs work done for it, so then it's more money. It's like, what did I pay all this up for?
No, I know.
I could have just had the wee Honda you've got the whole time.
Oh, my wee Honda. We'll talk about that in a minute.
But we were talking about this yesterday, like how people see success as like outside things and outside riches, when success really is in simplicity and being comfortable in simplicity, being comfortable in nature within yourself. Just being happy is success. Because like, I think, like I said yesterday, I think sometimes people still
they're
laugh.
chasing all these stuff to be happy.
Yeah.
They want all this stuff, but when they get it, are they happy? No, because they're still chasing more. So stop chasing, go within. Get out your head space, into your heart space, really focus on what you want your life to look like and how you want to leave this world a better place. You know, success to me is peace of mind. I remember one of my notebooks, like, I think we were doing the Tony Robbins, remember?
Oh yeah, and we left and we're like,
we're
too spiritually evolved for this. No, but for real we were.
Right, but anyway,
yeah,
they were talking about like what your vision of success is, and at the time I was like, just peace of mind, just to have that inner peace, and to me, if you've got that, that's success, isn't it? Like inner peace, because you could have all these people with all this money and all these fancy cars and everything, but they've not got peace within them.
They're not actually happy.
They're not actually happy. So truly, is that success? Everybody's definition of success is different.
Totally.
It's totally
But it's like,
different.
where does that definition of success come from? Like a lot of the time it comes from what society tell you is success. Like people, like I said yesterday, people may see me, like the right people see who I actually am. People may see me as like, oh, look at her, she's still not famous yet. She's still not success. Because when I was younger, I was like, I want to be famous. I want to be a pop star. I want to do this. But I make music, and I make music that I love.
Yep.
I do a podcast because I love it.
Yep.
Whether 200 or 300 people view it or 30,000, I don't care. It's like, people tell me they love it and it makes a difference to their day. That's all I care about now.
Exactly.
Like, yes, when I was younger, there was things that I wanted, but it was just because my soul was telling me this is your expression. Like, I always wanted to be in fashion and style, and
you're doing it all.
I'm doing it all, but people
regardless
see,
of whether everybody and their granny knows about you, it doesn't matter.
and I actually prefer that everyone and their granny doesn't know. Like, I don't want to be like, I like my life. I like my simplicity. My private life. Like, I like that the universe has allowed me to appreciate, like I could easily like live in the woods like, I don't have to have like a big mansion or live in LA or whatever. Like, I'm really grateful that things didn't turn out the way I wanted them to when they were younger, because I've still lived an amazing life, but there's nowhere I'd rather be than where I am right now.
Can I just rewind back 15 years when we were filming like Super Nanny and all that kind of stuff, and we were so wanting to be famous. Like, I look back now and I'm like, oh my God, I was actually just such a vulnerable woman crying out for help, crying out for love, crying out for fame, thinking that was going to complete me. And, you know, remember we were actually about to fly out to New York and go on, was one of the big channels in
Good Morning America.
Yeah, right. And
it got cancelled last minute. It got cancelled.
And I am so
oh, the universe had our back.
Oh
always.
My God. Because I think if we'd have been famous, like when Madison was on TV and everything, and it carried on, I don't think I would have been able to cope.
No.
You think you want fame.
Right.
But see, when it happens to you, and you could ask a lot of celebrities, they would probably just love to hide away and not be famous anymore.
Oh, I have so much compassion for famous people. People like look at famous people as if they're like aliens, as if they're like, oh, they've got nothing to complain about. They're rich and they're famous. But like, really, when you think, like, a lot of them can't just go out for dinner.
They can't go out and just walk to, I don't know,
they can't just be normal people.
Get a milkshake and, you know what I mean, and walk about and...
But they think, oh, they've got everything. It's not like that. Like the pressures of it and people talking about your life and the newspapers constantly and all. Like, obviously there's lots of stuff that comes with it that would be so fun and amazing. But at the same time, the stuff that people have to deal with is a lot. And it's hard to find inner peace in that.
Controlled. They're told what to do, where to be.
A lot of them are controlled. Yeah.
They're managed. The life isn't their own.
Yeah.
So I'm so grateful that we are who we are.
Yeah, same. Like I used to audition for X Factor and be like so upset that I didn't get to the next stage. But like now I look back and the universe, like,
thank God,
just steered me another way. Like I just want to make music because I love it. Like
exactly.
I don't want to be some like controlled pop star robot. Like I am making it from my soul. And if something happens with it, then amazing. Like I love to perform and I love to sing, but I'll continue to do that whether I'm singing in front of 10 people or 10,000. It's still the same love within me. And like I said, I just want to inspire people, like even if that's just one person. And I know I've already done that in my life. Like
you've inspired me as your mom.
Thank you.
You've inspired
and
me.
You've supported me. I wouldn't have been able to do it, everything I've done, if it wasn't for you. Like you've been not like my manager, but like you're my support system and my cheerleader and have really been like a manager in a way, because you have supported and made a lot of things happen, like helped me make things happen for myself. And yeah, like I wouldn't have been able to do that without you, but everything like worked out how it's meant to. But the perception of success, of like fame and riches and whatever, is just, it is illusion. It's like you said, you can't take it with you.
No,
and
you can't.
You're going to be dust one day, and like then where's your Bentley?
You're going to be dust one day, but you want to work all the hours God sends
to look the part.
To look the part and to pay your £800 or your £1,000 a month car payment or whatever. No.
Yeah.
No. Give me my Honda Civic. I can't wait to get it tomorrow.
Oh yeah, she's got repainted.
She's had some TLC. She's getting repainted. Yeah.
The old school car. Like you just like totally have unsubscribed to like what?
I've totally unsubscribed. I'm selling my Porsche. As soon as the guy gets back from his holidays, that is going up for sale. And I'm not even thinking about another car. I'm just going to drive around in my 26-year-old Honda, and I don't care.
And just live your life,
and
being
live
you,
my life,
working with animals, being with me and Maddie.
Yeah.
Hopefully meet a guy in the future, but you never know.
Maybe.
It has to be the 100% right person. Otherwise, I'd rather you just be alone.
This is what I say to Leah, don't I? Go, what guy can you imagine me? Or can you imagine me with anybody? Can you see me settling down now? I just don't know. I just feel like I'm so set in my wee ways now, and I just can't imagine anybody fitting in and putting up with me as well. I am quite a lot.
You are. You need someone who'd be able to like balance you out and understand you and kind of be the opposite of you. Kind of be like like chilled person,
more
and
balanced.
yeah, that's like what's needed in a relationship. You need to like balance each other out.
I need a guy to kind of like balance me out.
Yeah,
but I don't need a guy.
no,
But you know what I mean.
but it would be nice.
It would be lovely
to have the right person. There's no point in just having someone to have someone.
No, I don't want to grow old alone. You know what I mean? You're with your man, and Madison's with Molly and everything, and I just want to, don't know, it'd just be nice just to be able to pick up the phone and say, hey, how was your day? What you been up to? And fancy coming round.
You know, so if any men who meet the requirements are interested and are watching, feel free to reach out. If you're divinely inspired to, and God has sent the message to reach out and be Moya Wren's man.
Oh, gosh.
Otherwise,
I feel sorry for you. No, I'm only kidding. Kidding.
We're all difficult. That's humans. That's why I'm saying like relationships require a lot of patience.
But I feel like I'm a very complex person.
Yeah, that's how I feel about myself. I don't even understand myself. I'm trying to, but we've got a lot of layers. I think a lot of humans do, but they just don't want to face their layers.
No, I know.
There's a lot of NPCs out there, but the ones with soul, we got a lot of layers. But it's
like an onion, innit?
Yeah.
Peeling all the layers off. But I am very complex. You'd have to be very understanding and compassionate with me.
Yeah, definitely.
And sometimes don't want to talk and don't mind them and don't annoy me.
Leave me alone.
And just let me
I'm over it.
I'm over it. I'm totally
That's
over it.
Mum's favourite phrase. I'm over it. Yeah.
But yeah.
You said to me before we came in here, like you just like what do you want people to, obviously you can't control people's perception of you, but you said to me, like, really stresses me out that people just see me as Moya Wren, the permanent makeup artist, and I need to like fit a certain box.
Criteria and box.
Yeah, like obviously
really
we'll have some clients watching this. Like, what would you like to say to them? Like, how would you like people to see you and approach you and understand you a bit better?
Just see me as a human being, obviously, that comes from a place of love, that isn't doing what I'm doing, like for the money or to be mobbed or to have my name up in lights. I do what I do because I love what I do, because I love helping people. I love helping others. But I'm not just about helping you on the outside. I'm about helping you on the inside too. There's so much more to me than meets the eye. And yeah, spiritually, very, very aware of who I am and aware of the world around me. Don't put me in a box. Have an open mind about me. Like, I can't describe the kind of person I am. I'm just a loving human being that wants to have a good life and wants everybody else to have a good life.
Yeah.
And if I can help in any way that I can to help anybody, I will. Animals as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of person am I apart from.
I don't know. I just like more so like obviously like you've always wanted to express, like you've been through a lot. Like people just perceive you as like this successful person and think you've got money coming out of every orifice. Really
every
not.
Orifice.
I blooming wish it was
that word in ages.
Orifice. You know, we got money trees growing in the garden or something, and we've had it all cushy.
We've had it all cushy. I'm a millionaire. Like, like my life's great. Like, why would I need?
Moya doesn't need my business because she's successful.
Right. So I think this is the main point. Like, because I've been doing what I do for so long, I'm a fully qualified beauty therapist. So really and truly, I can do anything and hair. But I chose years ago to specialise in permanent makeup because I was so busy doing it, and it allowed me to make a little bit more money and try and spend more time with you, and we can have a better life. Yeah. What was my point? See, this is my ADHD. No, what was my point there? No, I'm serious. I had a really valid point.
Oh yeah, people think that they don't need to come and give you their business because they think you're successful.
Right. So because I've got a good name in the industry, because everybody looks up to me and everybody knows the name. Well, not everybody, but most people, if you say my name, they know, right?
In the industry, yeah.
So because I've got a good name in the industry, people don't think that I need the business because they think that I've already made it in there. But I'm still a working lady. Sounds like I'm a working lady.
Okay.
No, I'm not. But you know what I mean? I work because I'm like everybody else. I need
You
to
have
pay,
to. We don't have a choice.
I need to pay my bills, and I need to feed myself and my animals. And
right.
so,
and if people don't come, then
and
we
if
can't.
people don't come and think that I don't need the business, then it really affects me, and I struggle, and I get very depressed, and I get very down.
Because people have this perception, and people don't want to give you credit. There's a lot of people that have worked with you in the past, and
no.
Obviously we won't say any names.
We're not going to
like,
just
go
don't
there. Even. But like, a lot of people just don't give you credit for the help that you've gave them, or for just even in the industry, like acknowledge your oh, you got chosen as a judge, like, because we stopped going to award shows because we were just like, we don't vibe with this, you know, and especially in the categories where you were a nominee with people who had just trained and you've been doing this for so long, and there really should be like some sort of like beauty legend recognition that really you deserve, but it's like people just don't want to give you it.
I'm not into that. I'm not into competition. I'm in my own lane and I do my own thing.
Yeah,
and yes,
and you don't
I appreciate that there is awards out there, and I appreciate, you know, the companies that run them and give the awards out, and it's nice to go, yeah, I'm the winner of this year, but when next year comes, that was last year, you know. So it's to me, you're a winner because your clients are smiling.
Exactly.
Yeah, and happy.
Yeah.
That's
like what Miley said in her interview yesterday. Like, she didn't get recognition for so long. Like, she just got a Grammy last year. She felt like left out of all the things, but she made herself say that it didn't matter. Because really people loved her and connected with her music, and that's all that mattered. But at the same time, the industry wasn't taking her serious.
Recognition, then, you know.
But at the same time, it is a bit strange that, like, yeah, it's as if you are some sort of alien entity that's just Moya's some other thing.
You know, people know that I'm not going to say I'm the best in the industry. God, there's so many amazing permanent makeup artists out there.
And you're not trying to be the best. You're just trying to do the best you can with each person.
Exactly.
Bring out the best in them.
And you're only as good as the last person that you've tattooed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I work a bit different.
Yeah.
Than other people.
Yeah.
And I don't need credit off anybody, but off my clients, it would be lovely to get a bit more backing and a bit more, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah. Instead of she doesn't need the business. And every year that somebody comes back to me, like, I'm so humbled and truly grateful for my clients that have been coming to me and my diehards and say they would never go anywhere else. Like, I'm so grateful for that.
And there are so many clients that do totally get you. And I think, like, I've worked with you for a long time, and I think we are in this space now, and we have been putting out there, we are people, like, please treat us as such, because even on me, like, dealing with the appointments, like, it's a lot, like the things that we've had to deal with. So we're now making it clear that we have boundaries. We are real people. We're wanting people to connect with us more as people and not just service providers or whatever.
I'm not a robot.
No robot.
I'm not a robot.
Like, human to human, we're just trying to be as authentic as possible. Because, like, life's too short, and that's what we want to leave behind. We don't want to be like living up to some, like, whatever we're supposed to be all professional, whatever. Like, obviously we are professional, but we're just human beings living our lives and just trying to get by, and also just be happy and do our own thing. Like, work isn't our whole lives, but obviously it's a very important part, because you love what you do. It brings money in that feeds us.
I think that's why I don't get involved so much in the permanent makeup industry. Like, there's, you know, so many people out there with podcasts about it, YouTube and schools and this, that and the other, and I just feel like I don't want that to consume my whole life. Like, life's too short, you know?
Yeah, your whole life isn't your work. Like, it's just what you do and what you're good at, and you are passionate about it.
Because I'm not involved in that bigger way, it's almost like I'm left out.
Yes, because you're not joint. Like,
but I can't. Like,
it's too much, because it's already a lot of energy to give to clients and do tattooing, like it's a big thing. You're tattooing someone's
it really
face.
is overwhelming.
And it can get overwhelming, it can get draining. So you have to have time when you go home and you're with animals and you're in nature and you're doing the things for you. You have to fill your own cup before you can even give to clients. So to then be involved in all these pressurized industry things, like it's never a vibe with us. Like we have tried, and I even did a big speech at some awards show at one point because I felt like I was annoyed with seeing the looks that people were giving each other and the competitiveness. And I had to say, like, we're all in this together. Like, even when someone does the same job as you, they're not going to do it like you do. Like, there is space for everyone in every industry. Like, a lot of people have the same passions. Like, I love to sing. A lot of people love to sing. It's a beautiful thing to sing. Even if you don't have a good singing voice, it's a human thing. Like, it's fun to sing. A lot of people love to do permanent makeup and are good at it. I love you singing. It's the best ever. She's got this cutest voice. She sounds like Orville.
Oh my God.
And she like passionately sings all the wrong words. And it's just the best thing ever. I don't think you could sing on the spot. But
no, I can't sing on the spot.
I'm your private dancer.
Dancer for money. Do what you want me to do.
Yes, we got a line.
That's me putting it on.
But yeah, like there's room for everyone in every industry. You just got to do what you're passionate about. And yeah, like there doesn't need to be competition. We can all uplift each other, and that's all we ever want in everything we do. Like there's plenty. It'd be boring if there was only one podcast to watch or one person to go to for your eyebrows or one singer to listen to. Like we're all different, we're all unique, and we all have something to bring.
Our gifts to the table.
Yeah, so I think that's a nice place to leave it. Bring your gifts to the table of life.
That said I didn't have anything to say.
Mum had a lot of words. You didn't get a lot of words from me this episode, but it is Mum's takeover, so she really did take over.
Take over. I just introduced.
Well, I like that you got things off your chest and said things you need to say, and hopefully someone feels inspired or helped or just connected with us in some way.
I just want people to feel good on the inside, then the outside. Yeah. And the outside is just a wee helpful addition.
Have you got any like small tips that people can take away to start working on loving themselves on the inside? Anything that's helped you?
Yes, turn your TV off.
That's a big one.
Free your mind and get into your heart space. And the simple way to do that is stop watching things, stop consuming things.
Because it programs you. You have to reprogram yourself.
Exactly, and that's how we start. So I, before we finish, turned off from the TV, and I remember the day we were watching the Kardashians in our house in Kirkintilloch.
I do still watch the Kardashians
in the kitchen,
but we don't watch TV.
No, and I turned it off and went, that's it, and moved house, and I pulled out all the aerials. Told the builders to pull out the aerials, and I've not switched on the TV since. Yeah, I don't have I have access to YouTube, but on my YouTube, like. It's meditation music, teachings, spirituals, teachings, horsey stuff, and the only program, whatever I've watched is Peaky Blinders. For the Thomas Shelby fetish. Oh, yes, of course. But I'm the same. Like I watch stuff, but I only watch what I want to watch. I watch the Kardashians because honestly I'm intrigued by them. To be that famous, like it's an intriguing thing. I don't want to be them. I'm not jealous. I'm not watching because I'm idolize them. I'm just genuinely interested and curious. You're observing. And it is like a good thing to have on in the background when I'm painting. I love a bit of Drag Race, but I just watch what I want to watch. I don't sit and watch the TV and let the TV program. Like we haven't actually watched actual TV in literally for years and years nearly 10 years, like a long time. People go, what do you do with your life? And it really helped. But yeah, my one piece of advice to take away from this is how I'm still healing, and it's never a spiral. Ending. Yes, it's not a linear. It's a spiral. There's not a start and an end. It's deeper and deeper. Was turn off the TV and only put into my head, into my mind, what I want to embody. Right. Yeah. Because you can become what you want to be. Yes. Something that you see in if you idolize someone or you see something in someone else that you don't see in yourself, like that person genuinely has a reflection. So like write down, what do I see in them? And find ways to embody it within yourself. Even if you have to fake it at first, fake it till you make it, because you do have to program yourself. It is programming yourself to know like you are worthy, you are beautiful, you are great, you are talented. The things that you see in other people that you like
that's in you. But you do have to unplug from outside things to be able to find
from
it.
all the noise and the distractions of society to become.
Unplug your telly and plug into Mother Nature.
Yes.
Definitely.
Plug into the heart space.
Yeah.
Because it's the heart that rules, not really the head.
Yeah, the heart
People
has a
think the
more
head
frequency,
rules, but
a higher
the
frequency.
Heart, yeah, the heart,
like a what's like the
Heart Mass Institute. It's the
like the auric field of the
auric
heart
field
is a lot bigger than the mind, and the mind is programmed. So there's a lot of things in the mind that you think, oh, this is me, but it's not you. It's something that's been programmed and has just sat there for years. And because you keep tuning into the program, that's why we're saying you need to reprogram yourself, because a lot of the time
it's like reprogram a computer or whatever,
Yes.
clearing it out and putting a new
disc in.
system in it or whatever.
This is the disc that I want to program myself, because you're not your mind, you're the observer of your mind. Like
Exactly.
there's a presence listening to your mind, and you are that.
Here's
that
another
presence.
thing to take away.
Yes.
So you know how people say, oh, I can't meditate. So I was doing a retreat this morning at the sanctuary at Harmony Fields, and we were talking about, what was I saying? Oh my goodness. Yeah, talking about coming out of your mind and into your heart space. But what was
meditation? Some people struggle with meditation.
Yeah, meditation. Some people struggle with that.
Yes.
You can actually meditate, you know, when you're washing the dishes.
Yes.
You can meditate when you're driving the car. It's not about sitting with your eyes shut like a guru at the top of a mountain. Yeah, it's about just
being present.
It's about, there's my point. It's about observing your thoughts and not absorbing them.
Yeah.
That was my point.
Yeah. And letting the thoughts just float.
Just thanking
like you said, there's so many ways to meditate.
Thank you for that thought, but it doesn't serve me.
Yeah.
And just put it on the wee thing to float
and
away.
not beating yourself up if things keep coming up.
Yeah,
just
don't
like
beat yourself
kind
up.
of detach yourself from it.
Yeah.
Just get into a practice of detaching yourself.
Detachment.
And just be like it really is hard to just sit there and go like it's not really realistic for a lot of people. Like we're chaotic. It's a chaotic society. There's a lot going on in our minds, and we're moving all the time. So like even going for a walk,
more mindful and more present in the moment, because life is what happens to you whilst you are busy making other plans. Think about that, because everybody's always making other plans, or always making a list, or doing this or doing that. We're human beings, not human doings.
Yeah, just be fully
present,
be where you are
every moment.
Yeah. And even if it's like where you are is a hard thing, like sometimes you have to fully embrace like those hard emotions and those hard things, because like if you don't feel it, you can't transform it. Like if you push it down, and like we said earlier in the convo, like you go out, you take drugs, alcohol, like you're not going to be able to heal that. Like you have to feel to heal, and it's not wrong. We're all human. We all have a variety of emotions that we sometimes go through every day. You could be happy one minute and sad the next. That's okay. It's being human, especially in this society that's not built for us. Like we are supposed to be living in nature with animals, growing our own food, like in communities, and that isn't really happening. So, you know, forgive yourself for feeling all over the place, because like society's not set up for you. Also another thing
as well, obviously I'm saying I've turned off from TV and everything that's going on, and I know there's a lot of terrible things going on in the world, but if you focus on that and you can't do anything about it, and your focus is what's going on in the world, you're lowering your vibration into the vibration of fear. Fear and love, two are opposites. So when you are being consumed by all these awful, evil things going on in the world, your vibration is lowered, and that's what they want to do. And you feel helpless. And there's nothing you can do to help from that state. One person just living from a place of love affects 130,000 people around them. So if you are in your heart space and you're always coming from a place of love, regardless of what's happening, you are changing the world just by changing yourself. Amen. Like you don't have to, people think they have to keep up with the news, but you don't, because most of it is designed to make you sad, and it's never ending. There's so many things you could focus on
that make you happy. Like, yes, obviously there's things going on that we all wish wasn't happening, but we can't help those things if we are feeling down about them and we're stressed. Like, when we do things that bring us joy, we can actually be in a place where we add to the world and we make things better. Like, we can only do so much. We can't heal the whole world. We can only go around spreading love, spreading smiles, uplifting people, doing our best. Everything is vibration, like you say.
Mother Teresa would never go to like an anti-war rally or anything like that.
She'd go to a pro-peace.
A pro-peace,
because
exactly.
what you give energy to is what manifests greater. And if you're giving more energy to how much you hate stuff, it amplifies the hate and it makes things worse. Whereas you just, instead of looking at what you hate, you're giving your energy to what you love. That makes more of that happen. And you do start to see it in your reality. When you focus on that, your daily life, you'll start to see more magical things happen rather than depressing things. Like, you literally like create your own reality. We'll leave it there. We'll start talking for ages. We said we were going to finish.
We were going about a million years ago then.
But now that you've actually been on, we'll get you back on. Thank goodness. We've done the first episode.
Fear, guys.
Yes, it's really not that bad.
I know I was on the podcast with you last year. That I really forced myself to do that, but I want to become more of a regular.
Yes, I would love you to be a regular.
Whatever,
you have so much to share, so much wisdom, so much to help, and
then that way
you're the most important person.
Know me more than just the brow lady.
Yes, we both have so much to share together. So thank you for being on my show. Well, it was your show today.
Happy birthday.
Thanks for birthing me.
When the 19th of June.
I love you so much.
Special day. I love you so much.
I love being a Gemini.
I love you so much.
I love you, Mummy. Thank you for coming on. And please like and subscribe if you want to see more self-love, self-expression, inspiring guests, expansive conversations. Would love to have you join the community. We're all in this together. And I'm sending you lots of love on your journey. Mwah.